welcome to the West Ham Transfer Rumour Show. Double upload for myself today. Earlier on I did a video around Armando Broja rumours. If you haven't checked that out, please do. The link to that video will be on your screen at the end of this video. But the reason for the double upload is because we've got plenty of content on Hammers Chat this week. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do. We're on our way to 25,000 subscribers. A third of you watching this right now haven't subscribed to the channel. So just go under the video. There's a red button that says subscribe. Click it. It takes about 3 seconds. It's completely free. It'll make me happier. So yes, plenty of content, including Friday. We've got a video with a special guest, so do check that out on Friday afternoon. Second of all, there's plenty of rumours. The Pink Book's got plenty of names in it, a couple that are new to us that we're going to discuss, including somebody that you're going to get excited about if you do a gonzo. And lastly, and to be honest with you, could do with a bit of extra money this month. So double upload Tuesday it is. And kicking us off tonight is the Armando Broja. Now, I'm not going to go into it in detail for obvious reasons given the other video, but just to summarise, the reports from reliable sources when it comes to West Ham news is that West Ham are set to officially bid for Chelsea striker Armando Broja of up to 30 million. Now, all I will add from earlier's video was thought that it's Southampton will not be in the running, that they will not be making a move. The rumours earlier on today were they didn't believe they could financially compete with West Ham United, so they basically weren't going to bother. Now that might not be why they're not in the running for Broja, but certainly that were the rumours earlier on, that they couldn't financially compete with West Ham to Chelsea or West Ham to Broja. So hopefully makes things a little bit easier, but Broja is believed to be David Moyes' next major target in the summer transfer window. Now the next player will get you excited if you do a gonzo, and that is Orkun Kökçü. I know what you're thinking. 1, what's a gonzo? And 2, who is a Kokcu? We'll deal with the player in just a minute. But Gonzo's got a bad habit. When West Ham are linked to someone he's not familiar with, he goes on YouTube for a little bit of a look, where somebody, very kindly I must say, has gone through 3 seasons worth of footage and picked out his best, maybe 4 minutes across various different clips, compiled it together as a highlights reel, added a little bit of dance music and uploaded it. Where Gonzo then proceeds to watch the video, enjoys the bit of dance music at the same time, so he gets a 4-minute highlight reel out of 3 seasons worth of footage and then gets excited. That's what Gonzo does. He then gets excited. He sees all the best bits for this transfer target and then decides he wants him at West Ham. And you will do the same if you look up Kokcu. I warn you now. Just like a film sometimes comes with warning, contains flashing imagery, contains a little bit of nudity, contains a little bit of violence. Well, if you go watch this, you will fall in love and you will want him. You will convince yourself this is what we need at West Ham, and you might not even be wrong. So who is Kokcu? Well, he's a 21-year-old Turkish centre midfielder that plays over in the Netherlands at Feyenoord, and he's going to tick a lot of boxes for David Moyes and for West Ham. I say a centre midfielder. Deep lying playmaker might be perhaps a little bit better to describe him, because this guy is creative. As you know, I'm a little bit of a stats geek, right? I like my numbers. I like data in football. I think it tells you a story. It gives you a little indicator. It doesn't tell you the whole story, but it gives you an indicator for you to go and research a little bit more. And this guy's numbers are through the roof when it comes to creativity. For the under-23s across the 5 major leagues in European football, he is up there. When I say up there, he's in a world of his own when it comes to progressive passes, so passes into the final third and so on. He is up there miles ahead of anyone else. When it comes to expected assists, which I think is a good barometer actually, because assists depend on the person scoring it. You could be creating all day long, but if your striker's not putting them away, your assists are low. It doesn't reflect how good you are as a creative player. So expected assists removes the poor finishing. That just measures how good your chance is that you created. He is up there as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold is obviously better than him. However, Kokcu is very, very similar numbers to Reece James, but better than Mason Mount, Odegaard, Phil Foden, those players. This guy's better than him. He's better at him for progressive passes and expected assists. Now I know what you might be thinking, okay, so he's got the creative side, but what about the nitty-gritty side? What about the defensive side? Well, he's athletic. He covers a lot of ground. He's not necessarily fast. I wouldn't say he's quick. I wouldn't say he's slow either. He's just average at pace. But you don't need it when you're like him. Very skillful, but he's also not wasteful skillful. You get some players who do tricks, and it's almost pointless, isn't it? They do step overs, but the defender just watches him Then he turns around and passes it. I think, well, it was nice, but it wasn't really, he didn't really do anything. The skill didn't lead to anything. This guy's got the flicks and the tricks. He passes through tricks as well. As for the defensive side, does it as well. Obviously, the season before last, I can't remember who's the fair new manager now. Arne Slot, I think his name's Slot. I think that's the manager. But the manager previous was obviously Dick Advocaat, and under Dick Advocaat, he played in a midfield three. I think they still do play in a midfield three. He plays slightly to the left of it. So a deep lying playmaker is how I would describe it. A box-to-box midfielder. He's got the engine, but he's got that spark from the middle of the pitch which we're missing at the minute. Now, the rumoured price tag varies from 25 million to 50 million, so he's not going to come cheap. But this is one of the most creative midfielders in European football at just 21 years of age as well. So there's a lot to like about it. So go watch your highlights if you want, but I'll warn you, you'll come back and say, Gio, I wouldn't mind him. Now, next up, a quick update on Areola, and that is that West Ham are expected to agree personal terms with him over this week and then obviously trigger the release clause. The release clause is rumoured to be back up at 11 million, by the way. I've noticed that went from 11 million to 7.6 million. It's gone back to 11 million. So don't know what's going on there. However, West Ham have only got 9 days. 9 days. Our contract with Areola expires at the end of June. So we need this done before the 1st of July so that we do have that option to buy clause. From the 1st of July onwards, it's not necessarily there. You'd like to think PSG would accept the bid, but we can't just trigger it. We then have to negotiate with PSG. So big 9 days coming up in regards to West Ham's pursuit of Areola. Very, very quickly, yesterday it was reported that David Moyes wants 6 more signings. That's coming up in tomorrow's video. Now, next up, we have got a £34 million left back. I know it's a bit unrealistic, but this is the rumours. I don't make them up. And that's David Raum of Germany and Hoffenheim. You've probably heard of him. You would have seen him playing for Germany as the left wing back against England. I thought he was fantastic in that game as well. Helped them get promoted a couple of seasons ago. Won the Euro Championships with the Germany under-21s. Went to play for them at the Olympics as well. One of only 3 players to do so. Now in the Germany senior squad. 24 years of age. So rumours price tags 34 million, linked to the likes of Manchester United as well. Now, I don't necessarily believe the rumours. I'd say don't necessarily. I don't believe the rumours at all, by the way. I don't believe them. It's too expensive for us. I can't see us sanctioning a £34 million transfer on the left back. However, I think he would be class at West Ham. Gets forward so well. He's a very aggressive attacker. His crossing's incredible. You know, he got more assists last season than Adam Creswell. His chances created per 90 is really high for a left back due to his crossing and how he plays in open play. I've seen some games of him in Germany where defensively he gets caught out a little bit. I think he's more suited to a left wing back than a left back, but he's still just 24 years of age. And when I say sometimes I've seen him get caught out defensively, but there's other games I've seen him play, he's fine. You know, Aaron Creswell gets caught out defensively sometimes as well. I guess it's part of the modern fullback. But the attacking side of his game is one of the best in European football, I would say, from a left-back thing. The reason that he's up for sale this summer, though, for 34 million is there's a clause in his contract with Hoffenheim for next summer, which is 25 million. So next summer, anyone can buy him for 25 million because of that release clause. So obviously, to sell him this summer, they can demand essentially what they want. But 34 million appears to be the asking price for Hoffenheim. So what I don't believe, but would love at West Ham, assuming, well, we had a bulging budget, if you like. Now, before I go any further, this video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. This is the best way to keep up. All these transfer rumours I'm talking about, it's on the OneFootball app. And the big news, they send you a notification to your phone as well. It's not just West Ham. You're watching this and you don't support West Ham. Your club is on there. Get it downloaded via the link in the description below. Please use that description, the link in description, so they know you've come from Hammers Chat. When you download it, it requests who your favourite team is, who you want to keep up to date with, what competitions you'd like to keep up to date with. And then when you go back into it, on the bottom right it says profile, click that, all your competitions and your team badges are there, click it, everything's there. It's combining social media with football, and best of all, it's completely free. You choose what you see on your feed on OneFootball. Doesn't cost you a penny and keeps you up to date just like that. So you've been out all day. A couple of days ago we were on Sunday and we had a barbecue. Surprise barbecue day. The sun comes out, the barbecue's out around here. Barbecue day, so I was away for the whole day and sat down. Went on OneFootball, scrolled through it. I got straight up to date with the West Ham news in about 15 seconds. Get it downloaded, free, link in description. Now moving on to more players. Well, let's start with Nikola Vlasic then. A loan deal. The reports are that we are set to loan Nikola Vlasic to Torino on loan. I'm 50-50 with this one. Not necessarily Vlasic leaving, it's a bit sad. I don't like players coming here and not necessarily succeeding, so when they leave and it's been a failure of a transfer, it's a bit sad. I had high hopes from him when we signed him, but here we are. We signed somebody that plays attacking midfield, didn't play attacking midfield, we're away to loan him to someone else to play attacking midfield. But here I'm torn, because if we're getting rid of a player David Moyes doesn't want, then good, we might as well just get rid of him. Towards the end of the season was a bit worrying that at Stamford Bridge we heavily rotated and Vlasic still didn't get into the team. That's not good. So there's almost no point in being here. Moyes is showing if he doesn't want to play him, he won't play him. And I don't just mean Vlasic, I mean the likes of Alex Kral as well. Moyes doesn't want to play someone, he won't. So there's no real point keeping Vlasic beyond the summer transfer window if Moyes just isn't going to give him a chance. So getting rid of him, I'm okay with that to some extent. While it's sad, fine. But to loan him out, the loan deal sort of half makes sense. If he goes somewhere, he plays really well, we either get in-form Vlasic back, or his transfer market value either increases or simply stays at what we purchased him for, which is fine. But it doesn't really help us the here and now, does it? We're spending quite a bit of money, it sounds like. We just signed Aguero, we're trying to get Broja in. I'd imagine the more money the better for David Moyes. So to just loan him out with somebody that we could possibly get 15-20 million for and put it towards the summer transfer spending. So a bit torn on it. I'm not keen on it. I sort of get it, but at the same time I think it's a bit almost defeatist. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure how I feel about the Vlasic on loan to Torino. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think. Now, joking, Maehle, remember him? We had a scout at the Austria-Denmark game, didn't we? Danish sort of left back / right back that plays for Atalanta. We're continuing to be linked to him, around about 15 to 17 million. Would love him at West Ham, I really would. I think that's a fair price as well to get him for, 15-17 million. If we were to get him even at the upper mark of 17, I think that's a fantastic signing for us. Can play left back or right back very, very comfortably, gets forward very well. Defensively, average, I would suggest, and there is some games I say he gets forward very well. Not every game, but there's plenty of times I've seen him play, including, unfortunately, against Scotland, where he's the best player on the pitch. So we'd love to see him in a West Ham United shirt, as well as Aaron Hickey. We're being linked back to Aaron Hickey. Looks like Arsenal's interest in Hickey is somewhat cooled. He's possibly available. He has very much spoken about being open to move to the Premier League. It's expected that he will join a Premier League club, and West Ham are appearing to be back in the running for him, as well as Luca Pellegrini. There's loads of left backs in this one, isn't it? Luca Pellegrini is someone we were linked to about a month ago, and now it appears that us and Fulham are the ones that are being strongly linked to him, as he's expected to leave this summer. Now, Christian Eriksen, Maehele's international teammate. Apparently 10 clubs are after him, and he's considering all these options at the minute. Now, not necessarily into relation, West Ham has been mentioned in this, but the rumours away from West Ham here and just on Christian Eriksen is that he prefers to stay in London. He would prefer Champions League football, but it's not essential, and that he's rejecting Manchester United. So should he want to stay in London, well, all of a sudden there's only a few clubs that can have him. He prefers Champions League football, fine. Now the obvious answer here is Tottenham, but apparently Tottenham don't want him. Apparently Tottenham have withdrawn from the race now that they've signed Yves Bissouma as well. They're concentrating on other signings. So Chelsea are obviously the only Champions League club left in London. There's not really been any links to Eriksen. Sort of leaves us a little bit, so it's a bit of an interesting one. I had ruled this out completely of the Christian Eriksen race. And if all those things are true as to what Eriksen wants or doesn't want, I hope he stays at Brentford. I know I keep saying it, but I'll say it again and again and again. I really do hope he stays put at Brentford. Next up is Nicolas Tagliafico, the 29-year-old left-back from Ajax. Now, we were linked to him about a couple of months ago because supposedly he was going to be available in the summer. West Ham were rumoured. There was one of them was like, nah, surely not. Surely we can't go get Tagliafico, because what a signing that would be. West Ham supposedly want a younger left-back. Of course we do. Of course we'd prefer to sign 23, 24-year-old left-backs with really good experience but also loads of potential. But you can't buy just them. You do also need experienced players. But Tagliafico is supposedly available for just 4 million. 4 million! I mean, that's got to be a no-brainer. Absolute solid left-back. He's not necessarily one for the future, but he's one for the here and now. When I've discussed the likes of Hickey and Bassey coming to West Ham, I thought, well, next season Creswell would possibly be our number one left back and they'd be the understudy of the succession plan would be in place, and ideally come the end of the season they've pinched it from Creswell. Tagliafico, I think, is almost good enough to come in and start straight away. So sorry Creswell mate, you're on the bench, I've got your spot. Now, the most crucial part to this rumour is that Ajax are closing in on the signing of AZ Alkmaar left back, who we were also linked to, Owen Wijndal. So they look to be getting their man, their left back, and Tagliafico is set to leave Ajax for just 4 million. I think this is one to watch. Should the rumours be true that we're in for him, now he's available and for 4 million, it seems like a no-brainer to me. Now last up, I know it's Jesse Lingard. Just hang on. So last week or so we've been told David Moyes has given up on him. David Moyes has given up on Jesse Lingard. You don't want him anymore. I think we'd be not necessarily foolish, but a bit quick to shut the door on this completely for 2 reasons. First of all, this isn't a priority position at the minute. We got told yesterday 6 players and the priority at the minute is left back, centre mid, striker. It's easy to believe that that's our priorities too, and that the attacking midfielder and or winger is a little bit further down the list. So fine, we can wait a little bit while we get the other deals done. Crack on with your left back, crack on with your centre midfield, crack on with Armando Broja. Meanwhile, Jesse Lingard's just there on the back burner. But what I'm not suggesting we do is put all our eggs in one basket and we just go all out for Jesse Lingard. Should our alternative to Jesse Lingard, assuming we have one and we should do, be available, then go for him, go get him. But the biggest reason I would like to wait for Jesse a little bit is because he's got to decide soon. Currently he's on holiday in America doing his dancing videos. I know not everybody likes them. They don't bother me at all. In fact, I quite like them. I don't like the videos themselves. I don't watch Jesse Lingard doing his dancing. Oh, that's brilliant, that is. I just see a player on holiday at the end of the season having a bit of fun. That's what I like to see. A player showing their personality. Do it, have fun. Declan Rice is in Vegas. Go out there and have fun. Jack Grealish is getting smashed in Vegas. Good lad. Go on, son. Go out there and have the best time in Vegas. It's your holiday. Let your hair down. I mean, Jack Grealish literally is letting his hair down. But enjoy yourself. So when it comes to these dancing videos Lingard does, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. Do you know what? Quite enjoyed his dancing when he was scoring goals for West Ham and doing it as a celebration, so I'm not going to complain now. Anyway, the reason about Jesse for me is come the 1st of July, in 9 days' time, as we have established with Areola, he's not going to have a club anymore. Now, obviously, Lingard's not skint. He's not going to be out of work like me or you're out of work. It's a bit of a panic mode, isn't it? What we're going to do? We need money. How am I paying the bills? Lingard doesn't have that worry. But he can't just miss pre-season. He needs to get his next move done quick. So he's there for pre-season. He's getting match ready for the start of the Premier League, assuming it's a Premier League club. And the longer he waits, some of his preferred destinations will disappear. He might have an offer on the table from Roma, currently with Mourinho as manager. But if he waits too long, Mourinho might say, well, sorry Jesse, you've had it, I don't want you anymore. Of course, the longer it goes on, perhaps more clubs, maybe Everton, haven't offered him a contract, but next month Everton might say, actually, we need an attacking midfielder. Jesse Lingard's still available on a free, here's an offer for us. But I think Lingard's going to have to make his mind up soon. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, Lingard's going to have to decide. So worst case scenario, mid-July, we will know, Moyes will know for sure if Lingard wants to return or not. That still gives you 2 weeks till the season starts. It still gives you a month and a half in the transfer window to go get an alternative. I don't see an issue with that. So like I said, Lingard, don't go all out for Lingard, but certainly wouldn't close the door on it either. The links are, these rumours about us still being interested in Lingard are coming from Dermesh on Sky Sports, who called their word stuff right, and he's also reporting the Broja stuff earlier on today as well. But there you go. That's it. That's your West Ham transfer rumours today. A bit of a double upload from me. My video about Broja will be on your screen in a minute. I'll be back tomorrow in regards to Moyes wanting 6 players and the marquee signings thing. That's tomorrow's video. But if you've enjoyed this one, do drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'd like to hit 25,000 subscribers soon. Just makes me feel good. And I'll catch you in a bit.